Hello, this is Vinod Kumar from Kendra Engineering College, Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering. So we will learn about the course Electrical Machine Design. It's a subject code for that one is 18EE55 according to the Visvesvaraya Technological University, Belgavi. So here in this particular course you will be studying about the design aspects of electrical machines. Electrical machines in the sense here you will be learning about design aspects of transformer, three-phase induction motor, DC machine and three-phase synchronous machine. So you will be learning about the design aspects of these four machines. Even though transformer is a static device, it will be considered as an electrical machine only here. The efficiency of the transformer will be very high when compared to all other machines because it is a static device. Now coming to the syllabus, so there will be 5 modules. So module number 1, you will be studying about the fundamental aspects of electrical machine design. What are the fundamental things which you should know before going for the design? And electrical engineering materials. What are the materials which are used for the design of electrical machines? Next, you will be learning about the design factors. What are the factors to be considered? Limitations in design. What are the limitations which impose the design of the electrical machines? Then modern trends in design. What are the modern techniques which are used for the design of electrical machines? Then manufacturing techniques, desirabilities of conducting materials. So what are the conducting materials? What is its property? Everything you will be learning. Comparison of aluminum and copper wires. So with the help of comparison of aluminum, properties of aluminum and copper, these two are the best conducting materials which are used for the design of electrical machines. It's a comparison, properties comparison we will be studying. Then ferromagnetic materials, soft magnetic materials, then cold rolled grain oriented steel. Then you will be learning about the insulating materials, its properties. The insulating material is nothing but it is a separation, it is a material which is used to separate the two conducting parts. Correct. So which is not conducting part. Insulating materials are not conducting part, and it is used to separate the two conducting parts. Correct. The properties of insulating materials based on their temperature rise. What is the temperature withstand limit of each type of insulating materials? Its a classification, the examples of each classification, those parameters or those things you will be learning in this particular module. So this module is a very short module when compared to all other 4 modules. In this particular module, you will not be getting any numerical problems or derivations. Rest of all the 4 modules consist of theory part, derivation and the numerical problems. Now coming to the module number 2, that is design of DC machines. So here also you will be learning about the output equation, the equation which describes the output of DC machine. Here DC machine which includes both DC motor and DC generator also. The parameter which are used to which are describes the output of DC machine. Then choice of specific magnetic loading and electrical loading. The definition of specific magnetic loading, what is meant by magnetic loading and what is meant by electrical loading, and what are the parameters which influence on the design of these machines, design of DC machines. That also you will be learning. Then choice of number of poles. What is the number of poles you have to select for the design of DC machines? If you choose large number of poles, what will be the effect? And if you choose less number of poles, what will be the effect? That you will be learning. Then main dimensions of armature. So DC machine consists of a armature and the field winding, correct. So main dimensions of armature you will be learning. Then design of armature slot dimensions. So armature will be having the slot. In the slot you will be having the conductors, correct. So all these parameters, the construction part, working principle, everything you studied in your lower semester. So that you have to recall when you are learning about this particular module. So design of armature slot, its dimensions, commutator and brushes, its dimensions, its design parameters, then estimation of ampere turns for the magnetic circuit, dimensions of the yoke, that is the outermost part, correct. So what are the dimensions you have to consider? Then main pole and air gap, design of shunt and series field winding you will be learning about in this particular unit. So anyway, in detail we will learn when that particular module will be considered. Next, module number 3, that is design of transformers. So here also you will be learning about the output equations of single phase and three phase transformers, correct, and choice of specific loading, magnetic loading and electrical loadings, expression for volts per turn, then determination of main dimensions of the core, what is meant by core and what is its dimensions, then estimation of number of turns in the winding, and conductor cross sectional area of primary and secondary winding, correct. Primary and secondary windings in the transformer, its number of turns and conductor cross sectional area also you will be learning. Next, you will be learning in the second part, that is a no load current expression, then expression for leakage reactance of core type transformer. No load current derivation is there. Then output equation also, a single phase and three phase output transformer output equation, that is also a derivation, correct. Expression for the leakage reactance of core type transformer, this is also a derivation. So you will be assuming some 8 assumptions before going for the actual derivation in the leakage reactance of the transformer, with the concentric coils and calculation of voltage regulations. Then in the last part you will be learning about the design of tank and cooling, that is round and rectangular tubes. So for the cooling purpose, the transformer will be provided for cooling of the transformer it will be provided a tank, correct. So in the tank you will be running the tubes which will provide the cooling of the transformer. So what is the number of cooling tubes you require? What are the parameters to be considered for the design of cooling tubes? Everything you will be learning in this particular module. Okay. So here also you will be getting the numerical problems and derivation parts. In the module number 4, you will be learning about the design of three-phase induction motors. So output equation again, which describes the output of the parameters which influence on the output of the induction motor, three-phase induction motor. Then again here also you will be learning choice of specific loading, specific magnetic loading and specific electrical loading. How these two loadings are varies with the increase or decrease the value of specific loading, how it will affect the three-phase induction motor. Everything you will be learning. Main dimensions of the stator, design of stator slots and winding you will be learning here. Choice of length of air gap. So in the induction motor, the outermost part is the stator part, then you will be having a small air gap, then you will be having the rotor part, correct. So design of stator slots and winding also you will be learning, where you will be giving the three-phase AC supply. Then choice of length of air gap. If you increase the length of air gap between stator and rotor, what will be the effect? If you decrease the length of air gap, what will be the effect on the induction motor, that will be learning. Then estimation of number of slots for squirrel cage rotor. So there are two types of induction motor, slip ring induction motor and squirrel cage induction motor. So you will be learning about the number of slots. If you choose the more number of slots or the less number of slots, what will be the effect on the working of squirrel cage rotor, that will be learning. Design of rotor bars and end rings. So in the rotor you will be having the rotor bars and end rings. How those rotor bars should be selected. What is the dimensions of that rotor bars and end rings, that will be learning. Design of slip ring rotor. Again, slip ring induction motor, what are the parameters to be considered for the design, that also we will be learning. Estimation of no load current and leakage reactance. So in details we will be learning with the help of derivations, mathematical expression and numerical problems. So next, the fifth module, that is design of three-phase synchronous machine. So here also it is almost similar to that of design of three-phase induction motor. So here also you will be learning about the output equation, choice of specific magnetic loading, and the very important parameter, or the very important topic we can say, that is the short circuit ratio. That most frequently asking question in the syllabus, I mean examination, most frequently asking question. So the derivation of short circuit ratio and the parameters which influence on the short circuit ratio, that also you will be learning. Then main dimensions of stator, design of stator slots and winding, design of salient and non-salient pole rotors. Okay, these parameters, these topics we will be learning. Magnetic circuit and field winding. Okay, so as I told you earlier, module except module number 1, all other 4 module will be having the detailed derivations of some topics and numerical problems also. So we have to learn about it. So next, what are the textbook you have to refer for learning this particular course? Correct. So the major or the main textbook, we can say according to the university syllabus, that is a course in electrical machine designed by A.K. Sawhney, published by Dhanpat Rai and Company. So it is not prescribed according to the VTU syllabus. So it is a general textbook. So some of the most of the topics, almost all the topics you can say from the syllabus are taken from this particular textbook. So we have to search for the particular topic from this particular textbook. Okay. So it is a prescribed textbook according to the university. And one more textbook is there, which is very simple, simplified explanation, which is given according to syllabus. So that is a simplified text in the electrical machine designed by Nagur Khan. That is second edition, RBA publications. It's a simple textbook. So whatever the major topics which is required for the design of electrical machines, those topics will be those topics are given in the simplified manner in this particular textbook. So you can refer these two textbooks, and other many textbooks are there, like electrical machine design by R.S. Agarwal and Shanmuga Sundaram. So any textbooks you can refer for the learning of this particular course. Okay. Next, what are the course outcomes after studying this particular course? What you will be going to, and at the end of the course, that is after learning at the end of the course, what students will be able to learn, I mean able to do. So they will identify and list limitations, modern trends in design, manufacturing of electrical machines, and properties of materials which are used in the electrical machines. So second outcome we can say, that is they will derive the output equation of DC machine, discuss the selection of specific loadings and magnetic circuits of DC machine, design in the field winding of DC machine, and design the stator and rotor circuit of DC machine. Third learning outcome we can say, based on the design of transformer, that is they will derive the output equation of transformer. They will discuss the selection of specific loading, estimates the number of cooling tubes, no load current, and leakage reactance of core type transformer. And based on the fourth module, the students will be able to learn develop the output equation of induction motor. They'll discuss the selection of specific loading and magnetic circuit of induction motor, design stator and rotor circuits of induction motor. And based on the fifth module, the students will be able to learn, that is based on the three-phase synchronous machines. Correct. Fifth module will be based on the three-phase synchronous machine. They will learn about the formulate the output equation of alternator, design the field winding of synchronous machine, discuss short circuit ratio, which is very important according to the university, according to the examination point of view, you can say, and its effect on performance of synchronous machines, design of salient pole and non-salient pole alternators for given specification. So in the three-phase synchronous machine, we'll be having salient pole and non-salient pole classification. So its specifications and what are the choices to be considered, that we will be learning in this particular module. That is a learning outcome. So 5 learning outcomes after studying this course.